we are so trying to get on our way somewhere else. It's so big a deal for us. You know, the sense of, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. I have too much to do. Need to get more done. One of the most beautiful things about being on a meditation retreat is that not only does, there's clearly not a whole lot to do, but there's a purposefulness of slowing down. And I always notice how when I move half as fast, I notice twice as much. It's really powerful. One woman shared how her sister, when she was pregnant, had become diagnosed with cancer. And she gave birth to a healthy baby girl, but after some months it was clear that she wasn't going to make it. And I think she had a year or so. And during that year, because she knew it was the only time she was going to have with her baby, she had a mantra. And the mantra was, I have no time to rush. I wonder how many of us, as an interrupt, could try that one. To sense when we're speeding and pause for a moment. So powerful, so beautiful, just to interrupt it a bit. Carl Jung describes the suffering of being cut off from the sacred or from our aliveness in psychological terms. He describes it as that one of the greatest suffering or the greatest influences on their offspring and their self is the unlived life of the parent. One of the greatest influences on their offspring and on themselves is the unlived life of the parent. And you might think of it as, the person that never pursues music, but it's much deeper. The unlived life is the life it's like racing across the surface and never arriving, never dropping in to feel the passion or the loneliness or the tenderheartedness or the soul or the wonder. On our way somewhere else. Janet showed me an article that came from Krista Tippett's wonderful show On Being. So many gems in it. And in this case, Krista was interviewing Erin Dunnigan, is her name, gardener, spiritual Presbyterian minister. And Erin introduced the notion of induced meandering. And I'll explain what it is. It applies to rainwater harvesting. That if rainwater runoff is harvested, rather than speeding the way it does, if there's a way to slow it down, to wind its way down the hill rather than rushing full speed, then it can sink in and irrigate the plants, and it refills the groundwater tables below. So, induced meandering. And I know you can make the connection with our lives. Rather than rushing to the finish line, what if there was some induced meandering here, So that, we can slow down enough to really let in the springtime that's unfolding and let in the gleam in a child's eyes, or let in the shower that's coming down rather than thinking other things, or whatever it is, let in this life. So again, if we want to work with the fourth of the trances, the speeding, to interrupt it. What am I unwilling to feel? And can we do a bit of induced meandering?